think it's just can you repeat that?
Yes, I'm going to be reading from a chapbook called Two Golden Rings, which they've got for sale back there. It is a chapbook of poetry celebrating the wedding of David Marshall and myself. The first poem is entitled The Fight for Love. Today in Atlanta, around the country, we have come to say the time is now. No more can we be denied who we are and what we need. Early in my adult life, I fought for freedom from a horrible war in the streets of Chicago and Washington. I am now presented with a new war, but one that can and must be fought with love and for love. To admit to myself and to my grown son that it had taken almost a lifetime to come to grips with my sexual identity was to lose so much, yet to gain a life filled with love as it had never been before. That is why in the brief window in San Francisco, I asked my partner of several years to join me the last week of October, where on a Thursday morning, in front of two witnesses, one who we did not know, having met her in the Castro in front of our hotel, where she was pushing for Prop 2, a measure to give caged chickens room to turn around. On this Thursday, Mary Ortega, Deputy Commissioner for Marriage in San Francisco, joined David and me in marriage at City Hall. Now we must continue the fight for equality for all of us. I have a little poem called A Modest Proposal for Happy Holidays. No one, and I make no exception for any who would think so, no one has the right to tell me who to love or who to marry. David is the one whom I chose and who chose me, and our recent marriage was to affirm our love and to tell the world who wish we would disappear into the hell they predict for us that we are not going away. Cannot and will not be pushed back into closet it took so long from which to emerge. The Mormons may be appalled, and Catholics and others like them may continue to rant, but ours is the love they hate. David and I do not berate people in these churches, and will not until they intrude upon our lives and our right to live as we wish, without harming anyone or anybody's marriage. A marriage based on mutual love must be recognized by all states, as would any legal wedding from anywhere in the world. Those who would argue otherwise and say that marriage has not changed should remember that we used to deny mixed-race couples the right to marry. No one, and I make no exception for any who would think so, no one has the right to tell me who to love or who to marry, just as neither David nor I has the right to deny marriage rights to anyone else. The time has come for people to stop interpreting the Bible as they wish for their own selfish ends, and to recognize the truth encased in the New Testament, that love and love alone should be the basis for freedom from bigotry and intolerance. The lawyer drawing up our wills entered a line to toss in front of courts if we decide to challenge a southern state for denying us our legal rights. This will is drawn on the assumption of Mary Bailey Corse and David Craig Marshall entering into a civil union or marriage, and such a union will not invalidate this document. We were legally married on October 30th in San Francisco, and both deserve and expect the Georgia courts to grant recognition, but are not stupid, doing everything we can to protect these rights in a hostile environment. Someday the time will come, may even have arrived. All of the same-sex marriages in California did not bring one whit of harm to other marriages in California or anywhere else. The sky did not fall, nor did any fire rain down on the supposedly offending couples. When marriage is safe for all, then we all will be safe. So here's to love and all that makes love central to our lives. Another poem called Living Our Lives. Not living others as if we could. We are all individuals making our own decisions. No one else can do that for us, nor should they. Such a simple idea, yet so difficult for some to accept. The time is coming when living our own lives as we see fit without harming others should and must become the law of the land. But until we get the religious right to believe that we are not going to hurt their marriages, until we can get everyone to realize that the danger to marriage comes from within, not from outside traditional marriage, Same-sex couples may not be better at keeping one together, but we need to be given that chance. Same-sex couples have made lives together, loving lives, without the benefits of marriage given to all heterosexual couples. All we ask is to have those benefits granted to us so that we can begin contributing to society in more productive ways. What we ask for is so little, yet we are met with prejudice at every turn. That is wrong. If we could get the courts to recognize the current minority, whose rights are denied in every way, maybe we could get the clock turned forward to the next generation waiting to welcome us with open arms. And as I've said, same-sex couples, knowing what is at stake, may be better at pulling off loving and faithful marriages. Example, coming out late meant meeting bartenders in New Orleans cute, maybe even wanting to pick one or two up. Tonight at George's in Asbury Park, there was Mark behind the bar, cute as hell, but my loving husband was beside me and I would not hurt him at all. That, of course, is what love is about, being entirely faithful to the one you love and being always faithful to your married spouse. Traditional couples sometimes have a hard time with this. So, to love, to living our own lives, and to bartenders like Mark, eye candy, but nothing else. Now let me read a poem called Edith Piaf. This is an odd poem because it contains another poem that I did not write. Edith Piaf. The haunting voice haunts us still. The recordings will go on forever. As she sings of love and the love she never found, her life continually shattered by machines. Automobile crashes and plane crashes injured her and killed the real love of her life. Let her voice celebrate what David and I celebrate. Love. The love we have found and hope to keep for as long as we live. Though she sang of the men in her life and the Catholic Church refused her burial because of her lifestyle, I sing of the man in my life, am not a Catholic, and expect nothing from them. What the Parisian songbird sang is also my song. I set this poem atop the Domus Aria to music and it was recorded. Brad Fairchild wrote it for the man who became my husband. Atop the Domus Aria. He treads untroubled, unassuming, unperturbed upon the grass-covered roofs, the buried palaces of Trajan, of Nero. But the gentle woodworker, quiet genius, does not disparage, neither does he acquiesce to the world that came before him, or lies before him, or that which breathes beside him. Trajan's former splendor holds no awe for him, nor contempt from him, but merely an ecological certainty of time, of change, of wind's eroding stare. He breathes the Roman air, not of yesterday, now or tomorrow, but inhales the plain, constant Roman air, a plain, constant air atop the ruins of a golden house. Such a perfect encapsulating description of David will be my song for the man in my life, and like Madame Piaf, I will have no regrets. Let me read two more poems. One is called